How about that? How about that? So, there's my trap. That's my H stand right there. And y'all already know that I'm on my phone now. This thing's not wanting to work right. So there's the top of my H stand. We've had about 5 inches of rain. And that's part of the reason why it flooded. But right before the flood came, there was a little thunderstorm, and in that thunderstorm, there was 2 beavers that was coming out here attacking this thing. So I'll show y'all a little clip of them. But there was 2 of them the first night, and then the second night there was just 1. So we may actually have one in that trap, but I cannot tell because my setup's kind of washed away. But first priority is we're going to clean this up so it don't go over my customer's road. So this is the latest happening with this job. It's been pretty dead, but that's how it goes with beavers. There won't be nothing, no sign or anything, and then all of a sudden, chaos. I've also got to put new batteries in one of the cameras. We're going to do that while we're here. It's a little after 5. We just got through working at the farm. We worked some calves today, and then we left there. I left there and came down here because I've been kind of watching this happen the last 24 hours, so I knew I had to come down here. Depending on what happens with the water when I break it, what it looks like at the end, I may put another H stand in here somewhere. I may try and put in some snares. My crazy self left the house with no bait at all. So I can't bait anything, but I see a fresh tree that they're chewing on back here that is pretty close to the bank, and it would be a perfect spot right back there. See that? So the bank is over here on this side, tree right there, and there's a little channel going right through there. That'd be a perfect spot for a snare. So there's plenty of opportunities for snares. I wonder what would happen. You see this log I put out here? So that was my dive stick, right? And that's the one that the raccoons were crossing over. I wonder what would happen if you just tied 6 snares across the bottom of that thing, hanging in the water. If that would catch a beaver. It'd be like a drag line for catfish or something. That's funny to think about. But anyway, we're gonna get to work. Ain't got much time as always. We're gonna get this cleaned up, and I will bring y'all along. Look what I just pulled out of that culvert. That is a brick. They took a brick and stuffed it down in there. I'm telling you, man. Beavers, they'll use anything and everything to stop that water from moving. They cannot stand to have that water flowing. So I'm trying to skim the top here because I don't want none of this trash getting inside that pipe. If it gets inside the pipe, we're screwed. So I'm just trying to skim it so it don't go down in there and clog up inside. All right, this is part of the problem that I'm facing. You know, this is how much water's coming off. I've already said this is the lowland down here. That's how much water's coming off constantly. And that's why it floods so easy. Yeah, I mean, obviously the beavers don't help, but that's a lot of water to be pouring in here all the time. All right, I'm gonna try and do this without dropping my phone. Y'all, I'm catching some brand new briars. It's got me. Ooh. Get off. All right, so that's that fresh chewing I was talking about. So in here would be a good spot for a for a snare. We're gonna look at that, but I'm gonna look at my trap here. This is pretty deep, so, and it kind of just drops off. And I'm trying to, oh, there it is. There's the drop. And I'm gonna try and, do this. All right. Yeah, I don't think I got anything, guys. I'm gonna try and check it out without dropping my phone and without falling in. I don't want to fall in either. So they've come through here 2 nights in a row and they've avoided this because the waters are so high they can go anywhere, and my sticks and everything kind of got washed away where I was trying to narrow it down. So I'm gonna have to come up with another strategy. I may move this 330 further back here. I haven't seen a single turtle on this property. Obviously I know there's turtles here, but like on some properties you'll see turtles just popping up like crazy, like all the time, and you know not to put a 330 in there. So I'm not seeing any kind of turtle action, so I'm not too nervous about putting a 330 in here. I'm in here deep now. Let me see if I can pull this thing up just to check. It's super light. I don't have nothing. No misses, no nothing. We're good. But that's unfortunate. But with the water being as high as it was, I mean, they could just swim around that, you know. So now it's time to strategize. See if I can get up on this bank without falling. Now it's time to strategize and see how we can catch these things. Got tracks right here. Fresh chewing right here. So I know they're coming up here. There's going to be some snares put out, guys. And I'm going to have to be careful how I do it. Make sure I've got them anchored in the mud real good. If I was to put a snare on one of these trees or something like this, they would just chew the tree down. So I'm gonna have to be careful how I do it. I'm gonna go ahead and change batteries first. Let this water level continue to drop to see what I'm working with before I leave here. I'm gonna go ahead and bro, these briars, look at that, are no joke. Lego. I still got one stuck to me. Oh. So I'm gonna change the battery. I'm trying to get a briar off my back. Oh, that's a big one. Ugh. Ow, ow. Eesh. Change battery and my camera, and then we'll go from there. I'm gonna let this water keep going down. See what I'm working with. But I'm really feeling like a snare needs to go over here. And check that out. The rain has started. Got some thunderstorms coming in. Hopefully I'll get this knocked out before I get drenched. But if I get drenched, I get drenched. We got to make this happen. All right, let me tell you all the latest development. Besides the fact of I'm getting tore up by mosquitoes and horseflies. Besides that, water level is down fine. This is fine. It will go down lower than this once the rain stops, but it's going to be raining all week, so this water level is going to be maintained, which is good the sound of, it had done got to the point before the storms this weekend, it had done got to the point where the water was way below and was not draining out the pipe. So we still had a big puddle of water here, pool of water, but it was not draining. There was no sound. So this water level, this pool being up and draining is a good thing, because that is going to trigger their damming engineering response. That's one of the challenges with this particular job, is that there's so much drainage coming off of this that it will go over this road in no time. I saw them damming this up, I think Saturday night is when I saw it. Sunday morning was Mother's Day. I wasn't coming out here on Mother's Day. I came out here the next available day that I had, which is today's Monday. And y'all saw what it was when we got here. One more good rain, one more night of them damming, they would have buried the pipe like it was when we originally got here. So they've got some fresh trees marked. Water's still running. I'm thinking and I'm hoping that they're going to come in here. There's more rain coming in, so I think they're going to keep moving. I hope they do. There's still plenty of runoff coming from this high ground, so water's going to continue to pour out of that. What I opted to do was put in another 330, and the reason I decided that was just because I know that they're using this channel, and that big flood kind of washed away my guiding sticks. And I think if they come back tonight and we've got it blocked off right, I think that we're going to get a catch. So I've got it blocked off like crazy. One theory is this is going to spook them and they're not even going to come through here. The only open spot to swim is through my traps. I got that dive stick again. Hopefully that's gonna, make them dive, go through the trap. I hope what it doesn't do is, I know some kind of critter is gonna try and cross that, because I've pretty much created a land bridge. I said that in another video, and I hope a raccoon or something don't fall into the trap. That's totally possible. It's still possible that I just catch a raccoon. This place is loaded with crawfish. I see raccoons swimming in this all the time. Obviously they're on the bank. Deer are on the bank. And that's the other reason why I chose not to go with a foothold. If I put the crawfish, the raccoons are in here digging in these banks for these crawfish. So if I put a foothold on these banks and try to do like a normal foothold set, guarantee you I'm going to catch a raccoon. And I don't have the time to be coming out here for a raccoon catch. So as long as I can keep that water down going in that culvert, I've got time to wait them out, pretty much. Wait for them to make a mistake. Now, the only thing that can mess the setup up and screw me up is if one of these slaps in their face, and then they're going to be nervous. They're going to do what they've done for the last 4 weeks and go hide out somewhere. And by that time, there ain't no telling. The customer may be like, Joey, it's been a month and you ain't caught nothing, time for you to go. And I pull my stuff, and then they're going to come out, and then the customer is still going to be messed up. So I don't want to get a miss on this. This has got to work. If this doesn't work, then we're going to go up to the pond and just put out some blind caster sets, and I'm not sure if that'll work, because I still haven't got a picture or video of them in that pond recently. So I really need this to work. Really need this to work. But that's why I didn't go with a foothold. That's why I didn't go with anything along the bank, because there's so much raccoon activity through here right now after these crawfish, that if I put a foothold trap right here, guaranteed I'm going to catch a raccoon. At least I know when in the middle of that run where it's deep, and right there, it's over my knees right there. So that's plenty deep enough. At least right there, I know most of the traffic, 90% of the traffic is gonna be a beaver. Y'all, the mosquitoes, y'all see them things flying around? The size of them things. I just looked down and one was having itself a buffet on my elbow. And I've already been, it was like last year or year before last year, I got staph infection from a mosquito bite. I don't want that to happen again. So that's what we're gonna roll with, guys. We're playing it safe on one hand by not putting any footholds in, but if a 330 slaps them in the face and doesn't catch them, they're gonna hold up for a long time, I imagine. So we're gonna see. We avoided crisis one more time by getting this water down. It can't drain that well because the bottom lip of that is bent in. I think I told y'all that in another video. Most likely what happened is the customer was here with a backhoe trying to dig this out and kind of crushed his culvert pipe in. I've seen that on nearly every culvert job that I've done. That culvert will be messed up and it just makes their job easier. So just be careful whenever you're trying to clear that culvert of debris. Y'all can see that. Y'all see the water line where the water was at. Water is down. Really good, really good. Fresh batteries and the Edge Pro, 2 Pro, whatever it's called. And then the original Edge back here. Where's he at? Right there. Can y'all see it on that tree back there? That one's still holding strong, good to go. The Edge down there on the other crossover where they had a dam down there is still fine. Haven't seen the first beaver down there. The only activity we've seen is right here, and there was about a 4-week gap between sightings. But the one promising thing is the beavers come Saturday night and Sunday night back to back. So they should come back tonight. Should. All right, there you go, guys. We out here trying to catch some beavers. Y'all don't forget, I've got my equipment for sale. Yellowhammer Yard Services is retiring. I've got a stump grinder for sale. I've got a nice dump trailer for sale. I've got a nice little tractor that complements that setup really well. Let's see here. I got a nice utility trailer. It's a really good startup package for somebody, and I'm willing to make a good deal with somebody. So if y'all wanting to earn a little extra money, it's a good way to do it. So we're gonna pack up and go to the house. I'm tired. Gotta be back at work. Well, no, wait a second. I have another doctor's appointment in the morning. That thing I told y'all with my heart, my next step in that process is first thing in the morning. So we're gonna get that squared away, and then I'm going to work. So full schedule as always. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the full schedule. Just want to make sure the right things are being prioritized. I'm not filming on my DJI because my DJI is charging. So that's why I don't have it. There's my rake. That's going to be it. We're going to call it there. What do y'all think is going to happen? Let me know in the comments. I'm posting this video tonight. This one will be short enough, and it's all on my phone. I'll be able to post this tonight. What do you think about that? Did I screw up? Would you have put footholds in anyway? Would y'all thrown snares up? I think raccoons would get caught in all of that. I don't know. If y'all think I screwed up, let me know. I mean, I'm all up for being educated, you know. So let me know in the comments what you think, and Lord willing, in the morning about 3 a.m. I'm gonna get a notification on that camera telling me that I have 2 beavers. All right, y'all be good. See you on the next one.